Unfortunately, that's more likely to happen if you hire the wrong lawyer. So find someone who's experienced in DUI defense, who just does DUI defense or mainly DUI defense, who's been doing this for a long time, and who understands San Francisco, who understands the court, the DAs, the system, DUI law, DMV, everything. But worst case scenario, maximum penalty on a first DUI in San Francisco, if you don't have any prior DUIs within the last 10 years, is 6 months in jail. Now, let's whittle that number down. Does anybody do 6 months in jail? No, because they do what's called half-time. So the worst you would do if you got 6 months in jail is 3 months in jail. But again, that doesn't happen to anyone on a first DUI. In fact, almost no one ever goes back to jail after a first DUI unless something gets screwed up, and that's usually the lawyer screwing something up. So again, get someone who knows what they're doing. What you're going to want to do if you do end up having to do any time, and that's typically because of a really high alcohol level, accidents, things like that. In those cases, you want to make sure that your lawyer signs you up and walks you through the process of getting an alternative sentence, which would mean doing the sheriff's work program, potentially community service. A lot of times we can negotiate these things with the DA's office and get you volunteer work or community service instead of having to do the sheriff's work program, because then you're not under the rigid, hand of the San Francisco Sheriff's Department, which has all these rules and where you could end up in jail if something gets messed up. So again, you want to try and get the lightest sentence possible. On a first DUI, nobody should be going to jail. And again, the maximum penalty on a first DUI, what you will be signing will say 6 months in jail. Second DUI is up to a year in jail. And there are some mandatory minimums. But again, in San Francisco, with a good lawyer, there's a very good chance that you're not going to have to do any jail, that you could do alternative sentencing if you got convicted of that second offense. So something to know if you've been arrested in San Francisco and you're worried about what is the penalty for a DUI or a drunk driving arrest in San Francisco if you get convicted. Know that if you may have already gone to jail when you got arrested, but most likely with the best lawyer you can find, you're not going to be going back to jail in San Francisco. So that can hopefully help you, help ease your mind. The other thing is with the driver's license, because that's something that everyone wants to know. I just got a DUI. Am I going to lose my license? I got a DUI in San Francisco. I'm drunk driving in San Francisco. What do I do? What happens to my license? What does this pink sheet of paper mean? Basically, you get 30 days of driving, get the attorney to request a hearing within the first 10 days after your arrest. This is a DMV hearing, and we'll keep you driving for a lot longer than that and hopefully not lose the license. But at some point, if there is a suspension, you would normally be eligible for an ignition interlock license right away, as long as the experienced lawyer walks you through what you need to do to get that, so that you're not going to be missing taking your kids to school or driving to work or whatever important things you need to do with your life behind the wheel. Hiring an inexperienced lawyer more often than not seems to result in negative consequences, in that the downtime without a license may be much longer, maybe many days, weeks, months. I've seen it happen. People call me all the time and say, my lawyer didn't tell me about this. What do I do? You need an experienced DUI lawyer. There are many reasons for that, and we all offer free consultations. So reach out, call us, email us, talk to us, and we'll go through what needs to happen to get you, the client. Our job is to do what's in your best interest. What can we do to get you the best result possible?